Harvard Business School costs upward of $200,000 plus 2 years of your life. And according to their own data, only 20% of the students that graduate go on to become entrepreneurs. Yet here we are, millions of business owners trying to figure things out by expensive trial and error, piecing together advice from books, from courses and coaches who've never actually built real businesses. I personally have spent over $300,000 on my business. And so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 key pillars that you need to really succeed from my personal experience if you want to win in business. I'm Jedi, and I'm going to be sharing with you why most business education is worthless. The people that are teaching in most business schools are not the actual entrepreneurs. If it was guys like Elon Musk, like Jeff Bezos, like Jensen Huang, who have built real companies, real empires, as well as those other successful entrepreneurs, if those are the ones teaching in business school, man, we all go, man. Like, I think it's a no-brainer for anyone to attend business school. But the problem that I have is that the people that are teaching are mostly lecturers and professors who've never actually built companies. And so they don't really understand the true pain of an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is definitely not easy. It has its ups and downs. Most of the time, it's a lot of gloom and doom, but the reward is immense. The first pillar is nothing else but your mindset. As I said, being an entrepreneur is not easy. It comes with its challenges, and most of the time, it is very challenging. That's why it's important that you surround yourself in a community that is surrounded by people who want the same thing as you. Those who are striving for greatness, those who are striving to build an impact in society, in their lives. And that's why I built Impact Academy. And if you want to find out more, link will be in the description. But the point that I'm trying to say is that you will have to push through. It is that mindset that no matter how dark today may seem, light is coming at the end of the tunnel, and that there will be one day, as long as you keep improving, as long as you focus on becoming the best version of yourself and laying the fundamentals of a successful business. In my story, my first ever business, we actually sold out of the product that we first created, and that was just simple merch for our band. And through that small lesson, I actually got hooked to creating a product to people that actually liked our work. What I'm trying to say is that if you distill that concept, right? People are drawn to figures that make them feel good or make them feel like they are accepted, or perhaps people that are providing some type of entertainment or knowledge. Hence, that's why entertainers like Mr. Beast is able to earn one of the most in YouTube history, because he provides entertainment and knowledge as well. And he keeps all of us hooked to his videos. And hence, when he releases a product, people are more likely to purchase his products and are more likely to support his products. Even for me, as a Thai person here in Bangkok, I want to be a part of his Feastables brand. When I see it on the shelf somewhere that I shop, I immediately buy it. For me, this is just a small thing for me to return the favor to him. So, foundation number 1 is make sure that your mindset and leadership is ready for this journey ahead. Don't ever miss that part. And it means that no matter how dark the days are, please remember that opportunities will not come to a person with a scarcity mindset. Even though you may seem like you're trying to put yourself out there and there seems to be no results, or the results is not coming in as you planned, just focus on abundance. Know that there's so much more opportunity out there, and that whatever you're doing, that one day, as long as you keep showing up, adding value, and doing the best that you can, and one day the results and the hard work and the sweat will pay off. So that's foundation number 1. It's your mindset and your personal leadership. External circumstances cannot be controlled, but what you can control is your actions, your choices, your attitude, and your discipline on a daily basis. Coming into the 3 pillars of business that I remind my team all the time. First off, you gotta have a good product. It has to be a product that people are willing to pay for at the price and at the quality that they expect. What I'm saying is that, for example, this bottle of perfume, basically just liquid, which is like water mixed with alcohol and mixed with some instances that smell good, oils and stuff like that, that makes it smell wonderful. And honestly, if you think about the cost of this perfume bottle itself, it's probably less than $100. But this brand, which is from Maison Margiela Paris, apparently cost me close to $200 for this bottle of perfume. I'm pretty sure that a Chinese manufacturer or someone of that sort could probably make this and sell it at a much cheaper price. As we all know, it is much easier to sell a product to the rich people if you position the product that would be perceived as high value for the rich. Plus, pillar number 2, which is the service that the customer receives with the product. It's so important that as you choose your product, you choose the market that you're going after, and you make sure that your price point matches the positioning of your product. The worst thing that can happen is that if you sell a $200 bottle of perfume, but your staff treat your customers like crap, that would be an immense failure. And hence, that comes to my second pillar, which is not marketing or sales, but actually the service. Because even though you have a great product, but you don't have a good team to service the customers to match the perceived value of the product that you're trying to sell, your goal for your service should always be to exceed the expectation of your customers. What I've come to realize is that monkey see, monkey do. It means that for new people that are coming into your company, if they don't see you set the standards first and you don't emphasize those standards frequently, it is very likely that those standards can drop as time goes by. A quick hack that you can learn from this is you can basically take the time to observe how luxury brands treat their customers. If you go look at how Ferrari, at how Hermes, at how Richard Mille treats their high-end customers, go and do some research and you'll find out that they really go above and beyond to take care of their loyal customers. And they also ensure that those high net worth customers are really separated from the average customers, because VVIP customers, they are spending a lot with you because they expect the VVIP treatment that is gonna set them apart from the rest of the customers that are not paying as much as them. And I found that some brands make this mistake where they actually value influencers, value people with big followings instead of valuing your customers. Now, the third pillar, which is your customers, in which you have to make sure that you know exactly what are their pain points, what keeps them awake at night, what are the things that they value. The worst thing that you can do is to do marketing and to not ever talk to your customers. And you would not be surprised that you are not getting as much sales as you want. Because if you don't talk to your customers, you're not going to really understand what they are feeling. And what I like to do is I personally like to get in the world of my customers, meaning that I would go and spend time and see their business day to day. If I'm looking to serve restaurants in Thailand, I would go and talk to restaurant owners and just ask them, hey, what are the biggest challenges that you have in your business right now? What keeps you up at night? What keeps you from expanding? What keeps you from taking your brand, your restaurant to the next level? And I'll build off of those questions. And then I'll think about, okay, now which type of products can we fit in or build for this type of restaurants? Now, at the same time, through AI tools like ChatGPT and a lot of other tools can also do it for you, you can also dig in some research and see the total addressable size of the market and see if it is a market that's worth pursuing. Because ultimately, although it has a lot of revenue, the market is big, but the competition in that industry is high and their profit margin is low. That means that they might not have as much money to invest in your new products or new services. So be warned about this as you choose which type of customer to go after. So make sure that you stay tight with your customers. Always know what is going through their minds at all times so that you can continue improving your services and as well as bring the right new products if you choose to add products to your product line. All right, now we come to the last pillar, which is your people. Now, the reason that I left this for last is because with the use of technology right now, there is a huge chance that as you watch this video, we might be 1 or 2 years in from the latest and greatest of AI, which means that you might be able to start and spin off a company by yourself, get your first customer within the first 6 months, and probably maybe make a few $1,000s just by yourself. But as you begin to grow, as you begin to scale, you will realize that you are the bottleneck of the business. And that's when you will need to think about hiring your team and bring on the right people to help you on your journey. I want to break it to you. If you really want to be an entrepreneur and you watch this far, you must be willing to suck at hiring before being great at hiring. Because as entrepreneurs, we tend to be very optimistic, and there's a high chance that you might get lured to hiring certain people that talk nice but really don't perform. There's a high chance that you will eventually have to face this problem anyways. But to keep it simple, there are 5 key hires that I want you to consider as you are expanding your team. The first hire is your EA, or your executive assistant. This person is gonna help you with the day-to-day with the small tasks, such like your email, your calendar, and as well as helping you liaise with your small clients, and as well as help you in your day-to-day so that you can stay focused on generating sales through content like this, through doing marketing, through advertising, through talking to your customers. You're focused just on that. Now, the next hire would be the people who help you with the onboarding process. So as you make the sale, the person who helps that customer gets a quick win within the first 24 or 48 hours. That's your onboarding person. This person is going to not just onboard, but help with support as they come into your business. The third key hire that I want you to think about is the marketing team. That person has one job: to bring you as much leads as possible so that your calendar is fully booked with sales call. And then definitely, as we all know, we don't really have a revenue problem. We most likely have a leads of a problem. The fourth hire is the sales. Now, this person is going to play an important role because this person is going to be able to take sales calls in place of you. If you bring on one more salesperson, that 15 becomes 15 times 2, which is 30 sales call. That means you have a high chance of doubling your revenue. And lastly, as you get towards that, then you can hire leadership. If you so want to bring on a GM or a CEO to come and run the whole business for you while you go build another business. However, I would highly recommend you don't start any new thing unless you hit at least $2 to $3 million of revenue in order to start something new. So to recap, the 4 pillars of business that business schools don't teach you: 1, your mindset and your leadership; 2, the products that you choose; and don't forget to always exceed the perceived value of your customers. The third pillar is your after-sales service or your customer support. I found that a lot of business, as they grow big, most of them tend to leave this part out, and they tend to not take care of their customers and start to take things for granted. As you grow, as you get bigger, never forget your customers. Talk to them. Make sure that you always have your ear on the ground so that you can continue to deliver the best products and the best services for your clients. And the last thing is your people. In order to hire the right people, you must be willing to learn and make mistakes. And part of the journey as an entrepreneur is that you will make hiring mistakes. But one tactical tip that I can leave with you before we end this video is that I found that creating test projects for each candidate makes your life much easier. And if you want my personal test projects for all of those positions, drop me the word business on Instagram and I'll send you the document, and I'll also know that you came from this video. So I hope you enjoyed this quick one and that these 4 pillars were useful and helpful for you. If anything was not clear or if you have questions, reach out to me on Instagram. I would love to answer your questions on the next video and as well as on my next Instagram story. I look forward to seeing all of you. God bless, and keep hustling, keep grinding. We're all in the race together. Be blessed, guys.